The CIA, the Central Intelligence Agency, corrupt to its very core. A bombshell congressional report revealing that the CIA colluded with the Biden campaign to interfere in and corrupt our 2020 presidential election. Exactly what the Democrats have accused President Trump of doing with Russia, for example. But who needs Russia when you got the CIA? Go figure. It turns out that the infamous letter signed by 51 alleged intelligence officers discrediting Hunter Biden's laptop and the reporting on it as Russian disinformation was nothing more than a Biden campaign ploy and an information operation run against the American people by our intelligence community. According to the House Judiciary Committee, the letter originated with a call from top Biden campaign official and now our Secretary of State bringing peace to no one, Antony Blinken, to former Deputy CIA Director Michael Morell, who was Director of CIA for a while, who was on the CIA's payroll at the time. The committee's investigation revealed that without this outreach, this instigation by Blinken in the Biden campaign, Morell would not have written this letter, this statement. The committee writes, the statement's drafters were open about the goal of the project, which was, we think Trump will attack Biden on the issue at this week's debate, and we want to give the vice president a talking point to use in response. Top CIA officials and then CIA Director Gina Haspel were made aware of what was happening, but they did nothing about it. So they were all in on it. It's a truly extraordinary moment. And I got to tell you, I always like to point out, because it's true, John Brennan, a.k.a. Penitentiary Face, who was made CIA director under Barack Obama, voted for the Communist Party candidate Gus Hall for the presidency of the United States. These people are not on our side.
Look, this is so disturbing. This report alone, I think, both Democrats and Republicans should be outraged. The American people should be outraged. When you're talking about the fact that high-ranking CIA officials, they knew about the statement even prior to its approval, that they were crafting this with a presidential campaign, right, is so disturbing. And you even had CIA officials internally expressing concerns about what was happening and really didn't think this was a smart move by the CIA. With that being said, these 51 intelligence officers, their security clearances should be taken away. They talk about what I would say is complete election interference. It's happened, and they have had, there's no consequence. No consequence. They completely changed the course of this election.
They changed the course of human history, American history. I mean, I covered the CIA for 10 years, for a full decade. This is what they call an information operation. And the CIA has done this tampering in elections in third world countries, banana republics. They've done it here now.
Yeah, we should be part of Central America at this point with where we're going. And as Mauricio said, nothing will happen. There will be no consequences to this. There will be no stories about this. It'll just go on like, this is what happens, and try to catch us. Well, we did catch you. Try to do something about it.
Yeah, that's right.
You won't be able to.
Yeah, they've been caught, right? Tampering in our election, meddling in our presidential election.
So my understanding is that these were former intelligence officials. These weren't current. And with the CIA, Gina Haspel, I believe you said.
Haspel.
She is the current, or she was the CIA director, and she should stay out of politics. My understanding was that this letter, I always thought it was from the Biden campaign. That was, kind of the understanding that most people had, was that they went to former members of the intelligence community and said, and as you have stated several times, the letter says it bears the markings. They didn't make any kind of definitive statement. It bears the markings of Russian disinformation.
Well, all the headlines the next day and that day said 51 intelligence officials say the laptop is Russian disinformation.
Yeah.
The nuance was completely gone. And we just said that Mike Morell was on the CIA payroll at the time that the letter was drafted, and that Gina Haspel and other senior CIA officials chopped on it and did not shoot it down.
Yeah.